Hey, here's a tip for you too. When you have your door down here at an angle, make sure you're taking care of which hinges to do. Once you set the door down, you don't want to think, oh my gosh, I did the bottom hinges instead of the top hinges. I wasn't paying attention, and I flipped the door around, and where I set it down to work on them, I just nonchalantly did the hinge, and it was the wrong one. Because these are the top two hinges. Make sure of that. I think I might have done that once upon a time. And then I had to say, oh, stupid me, and then have to get it all put back together again. Okay? Alright, so now I'm going to get this door back up.
Beautiful view.
Yeah, isn't it great? That's the $1 million view.
Oh yeah, oh, that's view of the radio. So close too.
Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you, that's all I need. Oh yeah, I didn't like that.
No, I'm going down there.
I'll wait for a
Thank
minute.
you.
You're good?
I'm good.
Okay,
Oh.
good.
Have a good
Okay.
day.
You two,
Okay.
you can go through the garage.
Now I'm going to put this door back up, and instead of getting high up on my ladder, my little ladder, I'm going to go ahead and do the third hinge so I can reach it from the ground and then go back up to do the top hinge, because this is an 8-foot door, it's easier for me to do that. Usually I start from the top down, but in order to do this I'd have to lift that door up, be on the ladder at the same time, hold my breath, hold my mouth just right. Okay, so I'm just going to get this middle one. I mean, I can still line up the top one and get it in, so I can get the second one in right here. I'm just gonna put the hinge pin down a little bit. I'm not gonna put it all the way down, because then that may affect me from being able to do the other ones. Okay, now it's fine. Some people I've seen crack me up. I've seen door guys, they try to install the first one, then they try to tilt the door up. I don't have any business doing it like that. I don't like that. Okay, there, I got that. And I'm not interested in getting that any further than the top two knuckles, okay? That's fine, it's not going down any further right now anyways. I'm not going to tag that in because these bottom two aren't lined up yet. Okay, so now I can take the door, move it, line it up how I want. Push on it a little bit. There. Okay. I'm going to tap this down just a little bit, and I can take my hammer and do it. But if you're afraid that you're going to mark up your door, which you could possibly do, I'm just going to take my cutters again, hold it up there, tap that. I'm not going to hit it all the way down yet, because I may have to take the door back off in case I don't have it adjusted properly. Okay. This one could go just a little bit harder because I tweaked it back. Okay, so I may have to use my hammer here. I want to get that pin all the way through these knuckles so that I can see how this door is going to fit. Bye-bye, baby.
I'm going to start.
Okay, I'll just be here working.
Bye.
Okay. The moment of truth. I'm not going to stop the video camera. Okay? I'm not going to stop it yet. I want you to see what I see when I close the door. I'll take this one and close this door and see how far I've done. Wow, it looks pretty good right there. Let's get you in there closer. I'm going to get up on the ladder. Okay? This is the first time I've adjusted this so far. Okay, and you remember the gap that I had up here or didn't have? Look at this. Look at this. I love that. Look at that. Now this door is lined up with that. This gap is less. Okay, I could possibly lift this up just a hair higher if I wanted. And I might because this gap, we'll just see here. Okay, this all looks good. Now, let's look at the hinge side and see what's happened there. Doesn't that look nice? Look, here's the third hinge. See this gap here? Remember it was bigger before? Look how nice that is. And then going up from there. Got a nice little gap there. Granted, the gap is a little bit bigger there, but I think that's because of wherever their nails are. There's probably a shim in there, and they probably nailed that. If you put a straight edge on this entire door jamb, you would find that this section of the door jamb from here to here should have been pushed out a little bit further with an additional shim. But do you see how much less of an actual gap there is there? And look at that nice gap from there up. That looks nice. All because I took some time, took the door off and tweaked that. See, I bent those over, and because I bent them over all the same, I was able to push that up because these other hinge knuckles, the hinge pin, the hinge knuckles on the part that was on the door jamb is holding the rest of the door up. Isn't that nice? Look at that. And had I not done this one, this gap would have been slightly bigger than that, because remember I tweaked that. I tweaked this one more than I tweaked this one. A little bit less. These bottom two I didn't have to tweak at all, because I was just trying to move the top over, okay? In theory, I would have had to move this bottom over to the right even further, but we don't have to do that. We didn't have to do that. Because when you look here, look at that. It's nice. Beauty. When I open that, it's going good. And look, I just see something there. I don't know what's going on with that. And I open that, the door, the back side of this door is actually hitting right there. But then when it's closed, you know, there is just right there. There's a slight, it's slightly tighter from this point down to about that point. I don't know if it's enough to mess with. Is it enough to mess with to take the door down and tweak this hinge? Maybe I should tweak that hinge just a little bit. And you know, in theory, you think, okay, you're just adjusting that. How on earth are you going to bend this door? Well, it's a hollow core door frame, and you can do certain types of things with this. You're not gonna bend the whole door out of whack because your surface, you know, you're not really affecting that. But it's just kind of uncanny how you can make adjustments to doors. Okay, see how big this gap is? And I look over here. I got a little bit of a gap, but look at this door. I mean, you're never getting anything perfect. See down here? Look, it's almost touching. But I can't move it away from there, because if I do, it's going to lift this door up too high. I could slightly tweak that over to the right a little bit, but it's like, you know, do I want to do that? I mean, these doors look pretty good. It's going into a closet. It's not going to be used that much, and it's on the back side. I think that would be okay the way it is. I'm just looking at all this. I'm going to make the determination, and I'm thinking if I am going to take the door down, I'm going to tweak that hinge just a little bit more. I'm not going to do anything with that one. I'm going to tweak that hinge just a little bit. Maybe I can lessen this just a hair. You know, I can't move this door over because the bottom of this door jamb is tight. See there? No gap whatsoever. I can't, no matter what, I can't move that way. This is preventing it. The baseboard's preventing it. The door jamb and the edge backside of the door is preventing it. Even if I sucked this hinge over on the back side, there's only so much I can do there because the baseboard is right there, and I got plenty of gap at the bottom. You see? Let's get you down there. See that? That's a nice gap right there. It's fine. So what's it gonna be, Joe? Yo. I think I'm gonna take the door down again. Oh, it looks pretty good. I could actually leave it, but if anything, you know, Do I think this door is ever going to sag now that I tweak those hinge pins? I don't think they are. But if I raise that up, I'm going to have a slight more of a gap up there. And I don't know. See, these are the types of decisions you're going to have to come up with. Do you do anything about it or do you not? I'm going to take it down one more time, I guess. And I'm going to keep the video camera going. Hope you like these tutorials, by the way. These are things that you know. Sometimes they'll say, you know, YouTube will say, "Hey, don't make your videos." It used to be years ago, don't make them more than 3 or 4 minutes. Well, I just read an article where that has kind of gone out the door, especially if it's something that people want to see. You can make your videos. They suggest maybe about 10 minutes long. But I'm under the impression that if it's a tutorial, if it's something that you really want to learn from, you're not going to mind watching something more than 10 minutes, maybe 15 minutes. Hey, if this video is 20 minutes long, you're going to say, hey, yippee! I'm going to see more things that I can learn from. Okay? That's my theory. And I'm sticking with it. Alright, so let's get you situated over here so you can see what I'm doing. I'm going to take this back down. Kind of got a game plan of what I'm doing here. I can see I was already under the impression, remember initially, that I was going to have to take this door down twice. So here we go. Taking it down again. Okay. I'm going to get up and I'm going to go ahead just like I did before. And I'm going to take the top one out because it's so high up here before I take the one out I can reach. That's just for safety and precautions in case the door wants to fall down and I'm up on a ladder and the door comes down on top of me or something. I put a gouge in the door. I'm not trying to create more work for myself. You know? The idea when you do a job is when you get done, it looks like you were never there. Okay, let's see here. Just watch what you're doing. I don't know how many times I've hit something with the door thinking, oh, I can do it. I don't have any issues with that. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. We got a game plan. I'm going to work on this hinge. I'm going to work on this hinge. That's what we got coming up. Working on the top hinge. Here, I lowered the top hinge. Remember, we're going to work on that a little bit to kind of lift the door up just ever so slightly. And I'm going to move that one down with my classon, my crescent wrench, my spanner wrench. And I always carry that in my nail bag. I never know when I'm going to need this little puppy. I use this for quite a few things. I usually carry that in my nail bag. I try not to carry all kinds of stuff. You know, this one I don't generally leave in my nail bag. But pretty soon you'll know why, because your nail bag starts getting heavy. Okay? So down I go to tweak some more hinges. I'm a tweaker with hinges. Well, that's all I got for this time, but I'll be back with more videos.